So at 18 years old, I left home. Life for me was all about me at that point, and I was very all about myself, and I didn't care about anybody but myself. I had a girlfriend, and I had my first daughter at 18. I was a hard worker. I showed up at work every day, but I'd love to party, and at night, you know, that's what it was. I was the first to arrive at the party, and I was the last to leave the party. Eventually, I realized that that was killing most of my relationship. That was a period in my life where things began to turn really bad, and drugs and alcohol were taking over my personality. So one night I found myself in my bedroom, and it was 3 days of nonstop partying, drugs and alcohol, and I was thinking there was only one way out at that point. And I was devising a plan to end it, and God spoke to me at that moment. And what God said to me was, "Who are you to kill yourself?" I dropped to my knees in my bedroom, and I looked up at the ceiling, and I said, "If this is you, and I'm not crazy hearing voices, you need to take my life over." I fell asleep, and I woke up a couple of days later. I felt refreshed, but I felt compelled that I had to change my situation. I had to get out of there. I had to run. And I found myself in a pickup truck. I had 2 bags of clothes in my pickup truck, and I got to 95, and I went south. And I ran out of gas in Ormond Beach, Florida. And I had a brother living in Florida at the time who introduced me to a church in Ormond Beach. I attended that church for 19 years. I was the drummer in the worship band. And I learned a lot. I learned how to pray. I learned that relationship with God. And after a while, it became that I was just going to church to play with my music friends. And I wasn't getting fed in the church anymore. My wife was going to Epic at the time. She had been attending for a year, and all she kept asking me to do was visit. So eventually, it came to the point where I had to give Epic a try. So I went back the next week, and the next week, and the next week, and soon I realized that I had switched churches, and I went from an Episcopal church to a church for people who don't do church, and that was fine with me. Baptism came up. My wife got baptized about 2 years ago at the park, and said that I should do it. But my attitude was, look, I've been baptized. I've been baptized into the Roman Catholic Church. Jake pointed out to me that in the Bible it says that you're to give yourself freely to the Lord. And in that moment I said, you know what, Jake, you're absolutely right. You're correct. I need to do it. Sign me up. And one of the best decisions that I made